Hey, this is Ramon, editor of Smart Hustle Magazine, and we're here with Charley Moore, who's the CEO and founder of Rocket Lawyer. Welcome.
Hey, Ramon, it's great to talk to you again.
Great. Thanks for being here. So, first and foremost, just give us a short overview of what is Rocket Lawyer, even though I'm sure half of America knows, but the few who don't know, what's Rocket Lawyer?
Yeah, so Rocket Lawyer is the affordable and simple legal service online for everybody. Okay. Now, primarily, lots of small businesses use Rocket Lawyer to incorporate, to make contracts, and really importantly, to get that legal advice from a network of attorneys all over the United States and also in Europe. You know, what people tend to underestimate sometimes is how valuable great legal advice can be. In some cases, it can be the difference between life and death for a business. And our mission is really to make legal advice affordable and accessible enough, as easy as just typing in a question into our mobile app, so that anybody can get the legal advice and may again be critical to their business success. The way our system works is it's just, if you can answer questions, then you can really take charge of your legal affairs. And so you just go to rocketlawyer.com, and if you need a legal document for your business, if you're a contractor or you're going to hire somebody or you're going to incorporate all those things, it's as easy as we'll ask you some simple questions about yourself and your situation, and then the software will put together a document that's custom and right for you. So there's nothing to download, there's no forms or any of that. And really, really importantly, I'm so proud of the fact that everybody can get advice from an attorney. The first 30 minutes is free, and people can get advice from an attorney for any legal matter, including those documenting any of the things that we were just talking about.
And I think that's a big thing, Charley. I mean, I think that most people, I tend to think that I'd rather use my gut instinct. Not good. I know you can slap me in the hand if you want, but I'd rather use my gut instinct than talk to a lawyer. But I think you're kind of de-frictionizing it, if that makes sense. What I'm asking, you're kind of taking that.
I not to be political and controversial, but I think our president just kind of made that mistake. Kind of used gut instinct, didn't talk to a lawyer, including the attorney general, who just resigned. We're talking today and everything on the news is about this immigration issue and this immigration ban. And I think we can learn a lot from what goes on in public, and the president made a mistake not consulting with his lawyer, who was the Attorney General of the United States in that case. So consulting with an attorney is really valuable to all of us who are in positions of, who are in business, in positions of authority. Our people depend on us, our customers depend on us, our employees depend on us, and so legal counsel is incredibly valuable. In fact, Ramon, I talk about 7 ways to bulletproof your business. The number one way is to keep good counsel. To make sure that, what we find at Rocket Lawyer is the majority of the businesses that come to us, and we have upwards of 7 million small business users.
That's a lot of small businesses
that are registered users of Rocket Lawyer. And so what those small businesses tell us is, and those entrepreneurs tell us is, you know what, for the majority of them, this is the first time they've ever consulted with an attorney before. So we're really good at, if you think you can't afford a lawyer, if you think that it's going to be too complicated or what have you, we're really good at that. We'll talk to you on the telephone, or you can use our mobile app and just give us a simple 600-character question. We will get you an answer back, and from that moment forward, you will have counsel. You will have somebody to turn to no matter what happens. You get the letter from the government. Somebody, the Public Enemy, wrote about, back I'm dating myself, but you get the letter from the government, or somebody does you wrong and you need to collect money from them, or in these types of things happen, or you have a simple question about, hey, I'm hiring somebody. What do I need to do? Do I need an employee handbook? All of these things are both fraught with peril, but also opportunities for small business. And it's as simple as, I just can't tell you, so easy. All you have to do is just say, hey, here's my issue. Here's what I want to know about. And now, voila, you made your problem our problem. Now it's our problem. Now we have to go do something.
Sounds refreshing.
Yeah, thank you.
And let's talk a bit about small business growth, Charley. You're an entrepreneur. You started Rocket Lawyer, maybe other things you've done. But can you help advise us? Talk to the small business owner out there, Charley, first, who's just starting out. What would you tell them?
Number one, don't take no for an answer. I mean, period. If you're, I always tell folks, You know, if you're an entrepreneur, and then 3 years from now, you're going to be running a business. Yes. And you're not going to take no for an answer, and that's just, so I'll see you in 3 years, and we'll see. Okay, now what along the way, you know, and so I can tell those same folks to take my own advice. Right. I could tell them anything, and you know, I might be completely wrong. So if you have that passion, you have your own vision, then you know you're not going to take no for an answer. Now, the next thing I would say is keep good counsel, and so like I started off with. So, you know, find people that are advisors. I mean, people like you who've done it before, who have their own networks, who have context. And so get counsel.
And your counsel's not even in the legal sense, obviously, Rocket Lawyer, but you're saying mentors, counsels, advisors. You're saying have a good bench overall, not just a lawyer. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, absolutely. It's about your team. So if you're just starting out and you're that solo entrepreneur, then you need to find people and information wherever you can get it. And then as you grow, the biggest thing that you're going to do that has to do with your success or failure is continue. Who do you surround yourself with? Right. And so employees, business partners, etc., the people that you surround yourself with are going to really be what makes or breaks your business over the long term. That's my opinion.
No, I appreciate that. And I think you've answered the question already about growth. I mean, when I think about Rocket Lawyer's own growth, which is why I like talking to you, we've known each other for a few years, from a smaller company to now a much larger company. Last question, I guess, Charley, can you think of anything that you've gone through that you say, Ramon, I wish I could have changed this? And nothing about Rocket Lawyer per se, but just in general, you know, that wow, as we were growing, here's what I wish other people didn't do that I did, if that makes sense. Something like that. Can you share with us if you have any?
Well, there's too many to count.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I guess I would say it's kind of, I go back to Michael Jordan. I mean, you know, the only comparison I would make between myself and Michael is I don't agonize over the shots I missed. Okay. I don't. I mean, so you know, that would be maybe number 4 on the advice bucket, is take the shot, and then if it goes in, don't celebrate too much, and if it's missed, then just, okay, you're going to take another shot. And one of my favorite books is a book called Sacred Hoops by Phil Jackson. Okay. And Phil Jackson talked about, you know, what Michael would do is if he missed 4 in a row, well, he knew he was a 50% shooter, so he was getting ready to make 4 in a row, and so he'd get more excited through failure. And so that's what I would say is I've learned more through failure. So I'll give you one example. I think right after we talked last time, which has been a few years ago, we were about to launch Rocket Lawyer in the UK market. And so that really had never been done before.
And that's a big deal, by the way. That's a big deal. Legal and going outside of our borders is a big deal.
Yeah, and so that really was fairly unprecedented. We didn't really have a competitor at the time who'd taken a legal service like ours and gone to an entirely different legal system and applied it. And so we did it, and we just sort of jumped in. Right. Now, it took longer than we'd originally planned and anticipated. It took more capital than we'd originally planned and anticipated to make that work. But I'm really proud to say that 4 years later, it does work. And Rocket Lawyer UK has grown. We have a great team in place in London, and we have thousands and thousands of customers in the United Kingdom who use this legal service for their needs, for entrepreneurs there. But it took longer. Yes. And so it's always a good idea, you know, to plan for more than what you originally thought of. You know, to have those acorns and to plan to have that, you know what, this may take longer, but you're going to make mistakes. And you want to be in a position in your business to where you can live with failure. And that's really important. I could give you so many, and you know, so many examples of failures within wildly successful companies.
We'll do this with the Charley Moore Rocket Lawyer book when it comes out. I don't know, a year or two, whenever.
Hey, happy to. That'll be fun. Yeah.
And so one more time, this is Charley Moore, who's a founder and CEO of Rocket Lawyer, and a platform. I platform for legal services. You may say it different, but that's what I see it. You can. Anything else you want to say about Rocket Lawyer before we close our discussion?
I just think it's the easiest way to get anything you need legal done for your business.
And I think what we learned, I like how you said it, because I've been the one who's apprehensive of it. As you said, the myth of it's too costly, too complicated. Yeah. You know, so what I'm hearing today is that you're encouraging all small business owners, you need legal counsel in some way, shape, or form. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, for sure. You know, everybody who's watching or listening to this can go through their mind and think about the different legal issues that have come up in their business. You really, if you haven't had legal issues, then you're really not in business. I mean, that's how it happens.
Great.
Yeah.
Charley Moore, we're here in New York City. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
Always a pleasure, Ramon. Thank you.
You're welcome.